Hi, it's Mrs. Pope, and today we're going to be talking about recursion. This is still sequences in series. It's just a little different than the explicit ones that we've been talking about. And our goal is to recognize and use recursive sequences. Key concept here, recursive formulas and sequences are based on one or more previous terms. So what we talk about is the term before. The whole idea with recursion is that it is dependent on a term that you already have. So you may say 2 times the term you have plus 1, and that would be the formula. You're going to take every term before, multiply by 2, and add 1, or whatever it is. So the recursive formulas are here. For arithmetic, we have a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1. That means the term before. And then plus d, nothing different. D is our common difference. And then for geometric, we have a sub n is equal to r, which is the, what is it called? The common ratio, or the common rate, times a sub n minus 1. So our d and our r are exactly the same, and we're going to be using them in recursive formulas. All right, so example 1, use a recursive formula. So we're going to find the first 5 terms of this sequence. So they already told us how many we need. The first term, A1, this means first term. And A sub n plus 1, that's the next term. So if you started with the first and you added 1 more, that's the A sub 1 plus 1, or A sub 2. So this is the next term. And so what it is, it's 4 times whatever the term is you're looking for minus 2. So let's look at this, if n is greater than or equal to 1. So let's look. First here, if we know what the first term is, let's say we're trying to write out, what is it, negative 3, and they ask us for the first 5 terms. So we want, that's the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want the first 5 terms here. So let's figure out what the next one is. Well, we know a sub 1, the next term, so we want to find a sub 1 plus 1, because we're looking for a sub 2, I want to find the second term. So a sub 1 plus 1 is equal to 4 times a sub 1 minus 2. So that means a sub 2, the second term, is equal to 4 times the first term minus 2. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, minus 2 is negative 14. So a sub 2 is negative 14. So if you see, it's based on the term before. To find the second term, I took the first term, multiplied it by 4, and subtracted 2. So to find the next term, I'm going to take the term before, multiply by 4, subtract 2. And I'll just write it out. So that's a sub 2. So now let's find a sub 2 plus 1, because I want the next term. So that's going to be equal to 4 times a sub 2 minus 2. So here I have a sub 3 is equal to 4 times a sub 2, which I already know, negative 14 minus 2. That's going to end up being negative 58. And we just keep going this way all the way through until you get a sub 4 and a sub 5. So I'll do one more and you can do the last one. A sub 4, or let me write it out as I've been doing before. We're looking for a sub 4, so that's a sub 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 times a sub 3 minus 2. So a sub 4 is equal to 4 times a sub 3 minus 2. And that will be negative 234. So each term before, we multiply by 4, subtract 2. Multiply by 4, subtract 2. So figure out what the last term is on your own. All right, example 2. Now we're going to write a recursive formula. Here are the steps. First, we need to decide if it's arithmetic or geometric. And then we're going to find the D or the R. And then we're going to write the formula. So here, let's look at our sequence and try to figure out, is it arithmetic or geometric? So you can start by subtracting and see if you get the same thing. Well, 10 minus 2 is 8, 18 minus 10 is, okay, so I'm thinking already, it's probably arithmetic, but let's see. because here I would have to add 8. Here I would have to add 8. Yep, here I would have to add 8. And here I would have to add 8. So already right now I know it's arithmetic. That's good. So that tells me I need to find D, the common difference. I already did that. So D is equal to 8. So once you know that D is equal to 8, and you know the first term because it's already here, just write the formula. So the formula is, for arithmetic, A sub n is equal to A sub n minus 1 plus D. So the way we would write it, we know what D is. We just have to write A sub n is equal to A sub n minus 1 plus 8. But you also have to tell them what the first term is. So your final answer has to include both of these because you can't find the next term if you don't have the first term to start with. So always when you're writing recursive formulas, you must have two pieces. Tell me the initial term and also what the formula is. All right, let's write one more equation. So 1656, so I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's probably not addition. I can see it, well, I can tell it's quickly it's not addition. So start dividing. Take 56 divided by 16, see what you get. Take 196 divided by 56, see what you get. Take 686 divided by, see what you get. See if you get the same thing. You should. If you've done that on your own, you should see that it's times 3.5. Times 3.5. And make sure you check every one, because if one of them is different, it is not a sequence. But this one, every single time, is times 3.5. So we've already decided it's geometric. We already know what R is. So we simply write the equation. A sub n is equal to R times A sub n minus 1. That's the general equation. So let's put our R in that we found. A sub n is equal to 3.5 times A sub n minus 1. And don't forget, you have to put in what A1 is. A1 is equal to 16. All right? Thanks for watching, and remember, you are responsible for your own learning.